It's good to be back. Another day, another dollar. Friday, Fresh Cash Fridays, live on the stream this morning. Had some really good overall setups. We made some money. We had some fun. We talked about the market, making the moves, everything playing out perfectly. And today is another great example, my friends, that patience is key. Patience is key. Gonna break down some of the trades, talk about kind of what went down today and all that fun stuff right here in this video. So make sure you stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Patrick here, and today we're back. It's Friday, Fresh Cash Friday, and well, we made some money. To be exact, $2,475. You can see right here. You can see right here on the Top Step Trader platform, $2,475 in the actual account. And then we ended up doing some trading in the practice account as well, just to kind of have some fun on the stream, and made another $1,200 in that account as well. So we had some really good overall setups. You can see here, if we kind of zoom out some more, we had an entry right here, good setup from the 20s. It moved all the way up there to the 32. We had an entry here at the 700s, ended up selling into that, push up into this. So some really overall pretty solid setups, and that was on the practice account. And then if we switch over here to the actual account, you can see like right here getting long there at the 90s, selling into this push up here to 708 for the first sell, and then there at the 12s, and then right here also getting a really good move from the 66s all the way up to the 94s, I think, on that last sell. So the last sell there, 94s, and ended up getting stopped out there. But yeah, some kind of chopping. It is what it is. So we made a nice little profit today, talking about it all in the live, but I want to show you guys this setup. I want to talk about something very quick and very easy. I'm not going to waste your time. I want to just really give you guys an idea of why it's so important to have that patience, right? Hey, if you enjoy these videos, you want to learn more about day trading, hit that like button, subscribe button. Also tune in 9:15 a.m. live right here on YouTube, trading in the Top Step account and making it all happen for you guys right here on YouTube. So pulling up the 15-minute chart here on the ES right now, you can see this move this morning from the 40s all the way up there to the 725s and pulling back. Let's talk about kind of really quickly what this was all about, right? We had this huge move up. We talked about it on the live stream. We're like, hey, you know, this is looking a little overextended. We're looking a little overextended. What happened? What played out here that made this such a good overall setup? A couple of different things. We had this previous resistance at that 88 to 85 level. And guess what? We pulled back. We turned that level into support. And that's very bullish, right? We want to see that. If you look here at the 3-minute chart, look at how nice this was. We had that nice move up this morning. We're looking overextended. Look, we're kind of going straight up. Oh, we're straight up. We got a couple things going on. We had the MACD cross earlier. We then get a MACD cross on this pullback. And we talked about it on the live stream. I was like, look, guys, this is very simple. This is like the most simple setup that you could ever possibly have as a trader right now. What do we want to see? We want to see, number one, that we get a pullback to kind of an overall area of resistance that turns into support. We want to get a pullback to the VWAP, the NASDAQ, the ES, both off of the VWAP at that point. And here we're looking for what? What do we want? We want to get that bounce. We want to get a retest. We want to get the MACD cross. This is the 3-minute chart. We talk about this strategy all the time. And it's funny because during the live stream, I'm like, look, all you got to do, like all you have to do is just wait. Just wait. Wait for this pullback. Like, there's no reason to take a trade inside of here. The overall market's bullish. We're pushing up. We're above the VWAP. All these things are bullish. So why am I going to take a trade? I'm not going to take a trade. All I'm going to do is just wait. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait for this exact setup. And what's funny is we actually drew this actually happening. Like, I was like on the live stream, I'm like, look, if we can break out to the upside here, we get a retest and then we go. We get a retest and then we go. Where do we want to be buying? We want to be buying that retest. And guess what? My patience paid out perfectly. And that's one thing that I really think I have to focus on. And that's one thing that I really love about today was it's such a reward when you have that patience to hold and to wait and be like, look, I'm not taking a trade. I'm not touching this thing until I get my setup. And what is my setup? I want the MACD. I want this to break. I want this to move. I want this overall trend to change. And then I'm looking to get long because I know, number one, we pushed up. So the market's, bullish. Like, there's no point in me really getting short. Like, but why try to fight the overall trend? Sure. From the 22s back to the 80s, that's a 40 handle move. You could have gotten short, sure. You could have done that. But overall, we knew that we're bullish, right? The market's bullish on the day. We're kind of pushing up. We're breaking levels. There's not really any reason for me to short. All I need to do is just sit back, be patient, to wait, right? That's literally all I needed to do. And you might look at this and be like, well, Patrick, well, why wouldn't you put a trend line there and get long here at the break over 700? The thing is, guess what? Look at the MACD. The MACD never crossed. The MACD was still wide. The MACD didn't curl up until we literally got down to here. So that was telling me like, hey, look, it doesn't matter. Like I can't take a trade until that MACD is hitting my point, until it's telling me like, hey, look, this is the time to be buying. It's just really this amazing opportunity to like see that having that patience and sitting back and just being very calm, being very like, you know, like I don't really care what happens. I don't care what this market does until we get the MACD cross, until we get the balance off the VWAP, until we get these things to all line up. I'm not touching it. And look at how perfectly this played out as well. The pivots. Guess what? We push up to the high. We then pull back to that pivot. Okay, we kind of bounce around that pivot a little bit. We then, once we broke to the upside, guess what happened? We got above that pivot. We then turned that pivot into support. We got the retest. I mean, I talked about this whole entire move on the stream before it even happened. I was like, literally, like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go down, we're going to bounce, and then we're going to get like this. If we're going to get that break, this is what I want to see, and I want to get long when we get that retest of that previous area of resistance, right? Like, I want to get that retest here. This is my area of resistance. I want to get that retest. Look, we got the retest. We're holding, and then I'm getting long. The MACD crossed. Everything is lining up. It's bullish. Why would I not take this trade? And look at how beautifully it's played out. From the 96s, it pushes all the way up to the 30s. So you're getting a 30 handle move, 20 handle move, and it's easy. Like, it's not hard. You don't have to predict anything. You don't have to sit here and like try to figure out what's going to happen. You just wait. You just be patient. And then that's exactly what we got. We got that beautiful, beautiful move there. And it was so perfect because a couple of different reasons, like we already talked about. But what do we have? We have this push above this level here. Where's our stop at? Our stop's right at the bottom of these candles. The low on these candles was 96.50. And I talked about on the stream, I'm like, guys, the risk reward is too good here. The risk to reward is literally too good. I can get long at the 99s. I can risk off the 96s, and I'm looking for 10, 20 handles to the upside because I know my back testing that, you know, normally 10 to 20 handles is pretty much like what I'm looking for in my profit. So everything was so perfectly lined up. We took the trade. We talked about it long before it happened, and it was that simple. Like, I feel so good about the fact that, like, hey, like, it was that simple. Like, it was, I keep saying like simple, but it really was. Like, it was that simple to just be patient and to wait. And then when we got that trade, bam, like, it's off to the races, right? Like, this is it. We took the trade. We made the money. Bang, 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 bang. There it is. Another day of confidence, another day of reinforcing the fact that being patient is going to pay you as a trader. If you do something stupid, you break the rules, you don't follow your plan, you don't follow your strategy, well, then you're going to get bad results, right? Like, if you don't follow the strategy, if you make bad choices trading, you're going to get bad results. But today we saw that, hey, if we're just patient and we wait and we wait and we look for the opportunity, well, we're going to get paid. It's that simple. Like, you don't need, you know, some crazy indicator, some rocket science idea. We're using the pivots. We're using our overall VWAP, the strategy, the MACD, everything that I talk about on the channel over and over. Like, how simple this really is when it comes down to it. The hardest part of trading is knowing when not to trade. It's knowing that, like, hey, look, like, you need to not do something stupid here. Like, you need to be patient. You need to wait for that move. And it's funny because, like, before we even got that move back, I thought this was I was like, we're going to get a push to the 40s today. Like, I already kind of had a vision of where I thought the market was going to go. And that right there is so empowering. It's so much confidence as a trader to be like, hey, you know, like, I kind of saw this move. I saw what was going on. I saw the action. I thought this was going to do exactly what it did. Now, obviously, you're not always going to be right. You're going to be wrong sometimes. You're going to have, you know, a different overall thesis and idea. But that's why we're just waiting, you know, because if that would have broken to the downside, if we would have broken through that support, well, then we're like, okay, now it's a short. You know, I was patient. I waited to see what happened. It broke to the downside. Now we get short. Look, it's breaking to the upside. Now I get long. It's that simple to really think about. The problem is, can you control yourself to not trade when there isn't a trade? Can you control yourself to not have FOMO? Can you control yourself to get out of the trade when it doesn't work out? Like, having those things control that emotion is the reason that people fail. I want to say it's that simple, but it's that simple. I'll talk to you guys later on. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, the like button, all the buttons down below, I'll talk to you guys later on.